Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Garden Wise. I'm Marty Morgan. I work for the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service as the Wise County Agent for Ag and Natural Resources, and we're glad you joined us for the second half of this watering the garden presentation. And hopefully, we can explain a lot of things that'll help you in watering your garden and to not overwater. So, again, I emphasize don't overwater your garden. Very important. So, enjoy. Okay, so the first thing we want to talk about is crop coefficient, and KC is the abbreviation. And what this is, it's based on the type of vegetables being grown and the current point of their growing cycle. So, as I have in the next table, it lists the coefficients for several types of vegetables at 3 stages of development. There's early, mid-season, and harvest vegetables. So we use those 4 measurements and the following equation to determine the irrigation requirement for a specific crop and date. Yeah, here's table 2. I didn't put it on here. Good. Sample crop coefficients for the early, mid-season, and harvest stages of growing season. So as you can see, under the crops over here, you have small vegetables. That's your herbs and your salad greens. The KC equals 0.7 for early, 1.05 for mid, and 0.95 for the harvest. And I apologize for not getting those lined up right. The Solanum family, which is eggplants, peppers, and tomatoes, the crop coefficient is 0.6 for early, 1.15 for mid, and 0.8 for harvest. So you can see there's the cucumbers, melons, squash. There's the root crops, the tubers, potatoes. There's the legumes, and there's the average, 0.6 for early, 1.1 for mid, and 0.81 for at the end near harvest. So irrigation requirement. Irrigation requirement is in inches, and it equals the evapotranspiration in inches, and the crop times the crop coefficient minus the effective rainfall in inches divided by the irrigation efficiency. And I know you're thinking, goodness gracious, that's a lot of work just to figure out how much water I need to use. Well, you're right. It takes a little time, but it ain't bad, and you can do it. So here's the, if you forget what all these symbols are, I'll list them down here below. Like the IR is irrigation requirement, and then you can see them all right there. Step 2, how long to run your irrigation system for. You need to determine the amount of time it will take to water your garden. So you'll first need to convert the garden dimensions from feet to square feet. That's length times width, and square feet to acres. So to convert the water needs determined previously from inches to gallons, we will need to determine the run time needed to apply the number of gallons of water. So to convert the garden area from feet to acres, we measure your garden in square feet. That's length times width, and we use this equation to figure the acre feet. So length times width divided by, there's 43,560 square feet in an acre. You can also use an online converter if you're lazy and don't want to do some figuring. There's one at unitconverters.net, and you can use that to convert your garden dimensions from feet to square feet and from square feet to acres. All right, next you need to convert water needs from inches to gallons. So rainfall is measured in inches, but irrigation system output is measured in gallons per minute. So 1 inch of rain falling on 1 acre of land is equal to 27,154 gallons of water. You need that number. So here's an equation to convert the amount of water that your garden needs from inches to gallons. So the gallons equal 27,154, that's gallons per acre inch, times your garden area, times your irrigation requirement in inches. So let's say we have a 100-foot by a 5-foot garden. So using the equation, we would multiply 100 times 5, which is 500, divided by 43,000. That's 500 square feet, divided by 43,560 square feet in an acre, and that would equal 0.0115 acres. So we need to convert irrigation needs from inches to gallons. So we use this equation. And I'm not going to go over the first one, we'll do the actual numbers. 27,154, that was figured for you. That's a given. Times the acres we have, which is 0.0115, times the the irrigation requirement, which is 1.74 inches, equal 543 gallons. So determining how long to run your irrigation system. An irrigation system delivers a specific number of gallons per minute, and that's called the output rating. And each irrigation system has an output rating that is specified by the manufacturer, and it should be on your panel. So you can get that, or if not, it'll come with your manual. If not, you can go online and find it. But it's an important factor to consider when you're choosing an irrigation system. So as I just said, to find the system's output rating, go to your manufacturer's website or the product information guide. And you can also determine it by measuring the volume of water collected in a bucket of water in 30 minutes. Equation to calculate the number of gallons of water needed. So if you're using a hose with built-in emitters, you will also need to know how many emitters are used to collect the water volume in 30 minutes. Then you can calculate the output per emitter, and you can use this equation here below to figure the number of gallons of water needed. So you have your run time in minutes. That's how long your irrigation system is going to run, sprinkler system, equal your irrigation requirements in gallons divided by your irrigation system output rating in gallons per minute. Okay, irrigation run time. Here's an equation. Here's the equation we're going to use. So run time in minutes equal 543 gallons divided by 0.45 gallons per minute. So the answer is we need to run the irrigation system 1,206 minutes or 20 hours and 7 minutes to meet the irrigation requirements. Using these above equations can help you determine the water needs for a given crop. Having the right amount of water available to the crop will increase the plant health, it'll increase your yield, your quality. It'll help you determine the best crop to grow based on how much water you have available, and it'll help you determine the best type of irrigation system to use. Okay, here's some good information you can get from the NOAA weather site, NOAA in Fort Worth. It's a 7-day weather summary, detailed weather data and heat units. And you can see each day, there's April the 19th. That's 2018. I should have pulled up a new one. But anyway, you get the idea. It tells you your evapotranspiration in inches, 0.22. Your maximum temp was 69. Your minimum temp was 51. Your minimum relative humidity was 27. Your solar radiation was 24.8. Rainfall was 0. Wind at 4 a.m. was 3.14. Wind at 4 p.m. was 8.25. So it has data for you to use for especially evapotranspiration. So how to figure the irrigation requirement. If you go to this website, texaset.tamu.edu, it lists the reference evapotranspiration of 1.37 inches total rainfall as 1.11 inches for the week. So we determined that the effective rainfall is 0.11 times the 0.1 correction factor, or 0.011 inches of effective rainfall. According to the table, the crop coefficient for tomatoes at mid-season is 1.15. So using the effective rainfall equation, 1.37 evapotranspiration times 1.15 crop coefficient minus 0.011 effective rainfall divided by 0.9 irrigation efficiency, and you should get 1.74. So that would be the requirement for the tomato crop for that week. And it would replace what was lost or used in the previous week. So in summary, more information on the different irrigation systems and how to choose the right system can be found in a Vegetable Grower's Handbook on the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension website. And there's the website that you can go to find that information. Okay, well, I realize this can be a little confusing, but once you have a chance to go over it and study it a little bit, it'll be easy to you. Anyway, I hope I did a good job explaining everything to you. If you have any questions, give me a call. Here's some good watering resources we have, Aggie-Horticulture. And there's also one on there I put on there from the University of California. It gives you kind of a worksheet as to how you go putting all these steps together. So I think it'll be a really good tool for you. So try that out, and hope you enjoyed the presentation today, and we'll see you next time on Garden Wise.